Hey guys, Cal here bringing you another video. This one is going to be the strategically rushed series where we're going to be 17 weeks in Town Hall 11, just doing some progression and goblin pushing, not quite farming. The farming is going pretty good here. Have plenty of dark elixir, which we're going to put into these bowlers. Want to get them as high as possible so we can start doing the P.E.K.K.A. bow bat attack strategy. But while we're waiting for that, we're of course using our sneaky goblin farming strategy, where we have our 4 invisibility spells and our 9 jump spells. It's a bit more than yesterday's episode of the Rushed series, and we're really trying to find that balance of invisibility to jumps. But because we're really trying to push hard on this one, we might be a little bit more picky. We do have access to the warden, and soon that warden will be needed to be dropped. As actually, let's jump straight into the upgrades here. As we're closing in on those important offensive upgrades. After that, it's pretty much just storages and defenses, meaning that we will be doing the storages and then starting to get those heroes down hardcore, meaning that we will need to switch from a warden-based sniping strategy to a more traditional sneaky goblin invisibility sniping strategy. Both are pretty good. The warden, however, because of the update, just got a lot better, as he has access to a much longer warden ability, allowing us to get deep into the base without having to use any invisibility spell. So here is a decent base that we would want to hit. Easy access to the buildings blocking us to the town hall, and a town hall that is not blocked by storages, meaning that we can send in one sneaky goblin to take that out, or not to take out the whole town hall, but to test for traps. So I'm going to actually send the wall breaker this way so we don't have to deal with those heroes. And let's send in this goblin. It took a path. Nice, we do get a trigger, which is great. Yeah, you don't want to miss out on those triggers. We don't have the rage yet for the warden, so we're gonna have to deal with no rage, but it's fine. The sneaky goblins can get it done with or without a rage. The rage just makes it so that they take a little less time, meaning that you can be a little bit less stressed about them actually taking out their target before the warden goes down. Here we have a nice base that is going to allow us to snipe out the outside, get ourselves a good chunk of loot. I definitely recommend, because we're not in Titan or Champion yet, we're definitely going to eventually get there, but it makes it so that the farming is a little bit more difficult if you don't spend the time to really get the loot, because that win bonus is not really going to be enough to sustain you. So when you do have these good raids, which you will because you're low trophy range, or if you're low trophy range, you will find them, and just take advantage of them and get that win. Bases like this, I still want to prioritize the pushing aspect of it. So even though there was a lot of loot there, I still felt that it was not as easy to get to that town hall quickly as I would have liked. So I of course skipped that one, and I'm taking this one here, which is a little less in the loot department, but it is definitely a much safer, or not safer, but a much simpler base to attack, allowing us to easily get into this town hall compartment without having to use too many goblins. Of course, we did have to funnel quite a bit and two storages that were not deep into the base, but definitely not super shallow. A lot of the bases lower in the town hall trophy range are going to be centralized, as they feel like they need to protect their loot as well as their trophies. The higher you go up, the more likely people are to realize that trophies and your defense doesn't super matter, and you'll see loot and town halls placed closer to the outside. But because we are in the lower trophy range, we're going to have a less strict eye, just so that we can get raids, because we'll be here searching all day if we're too picky here. But of course you can be as picky as you want. Just know that the pickier you are, the better result you'll get, but the longer it will take you to get that result. So it all comes down to how patient you are. And because I have many accounts and have to make videos that are easily consumable by the audience that is watching me, I don't want to spend a majority of my time just nexting here. So that's why I'm being a little less picky than I would be otherwise. And definitely if you have only one account, you should be very picky, as you only have one, so you don't need to spread your time between multiple accounts. Of course, if you only have one and you don't have the time to be on all the time, there's no shade to that either. It was just more of a one account will always be easier than two accounts, and two accounts will always be easier than three, and so on and so forth. So the more accounts you have, the more efficient you would probably want to be with your time, because you have less of it. So we're going into this town hall. Pretty easy funnel job as well. Hopefully we can do a few more raids here. We have 22 goblins left, and hopefully we can make that work for us. But if not, we are a-okay with that. Yeah, we only have 24 goblins left, so it looks like we're going to have to settle for one more raid here, and it has to be pretty decent. This one right here is pretty decent, so I was about to say it might be difficult to get a decent one because of the reasons I stated beforehand. Didn't have to use those those wall breakers, as this jump spell will bring us plenty of the way there. Nice, we got a good trigger. And it looks like we have some clan castle troops, but this is the last one, so we're just going to go all out here and try to get as much percentage as we can. As the more percentage we get, the more loot we get for winning the raid. So definitely fine with just letting this one kind of run its course. The king, we're abusing the glitch that makes it so that we can have him invincible for a very long time. Didn't get too much value out of him as he's only level 39, but yeah, he's only level 39, and we really were getting donked on by that E-drag, but we do end up getting a nice 25%, a little bit of loot, but nothing too crazy. So that's going to be it for the trophy pushing part. We can do a little recap here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attacks in. 6 is pretty decent. We would like to get more, but the only thing holding us back is, of course, the army camp space at Town Hall 11. You can be doing this, but it is difficult to get into those really high attack ranges, as we are low in the trophies, so we need to use more sneaky goblins per attack, and we have less troop space to do so. So don't be too frustrated if you don't get a ton of attacks in. Definitely a big part of it is just base identification, trying your best to get as much or as many town halls with as little sneaky goblins as possible. Will come with time, and yeah, but I think it's fun sniping it out. Every base is a little puzzle, but when it comes down to it, the easy ones are easy, so might as well keep doing those. So that'll be it for the rating portion of the video. We're going to do a little bit of saying what our pathing is going to be like, but the pathing from here on out is going to be pretty simple. We're just going to be upgrading the Warden, King, and Queen, which will take up 3 of our 5 builders, leaving the final 2 for high impact defenses, which will be our air defenses, Inferno Towers, and Expos. The rest don't really matter. You can upgrade the Wizard Towers if you like them, but after those big 3, it doesn't really matter. We'll definitely also drop the rest of these things, the Eagle, of course, being one of the most important defenses. But yeah, we'll talk about that more when we get there. And in the lab, we're just upgrading P.E.K.K.A.s, Bowlers, and Bat Spells. And yeah, that's going to be it. But hopefully you all did enjoy the video. I hope to see you next week for week 18 of the Strategic Push series. Hopefully you all did enjoy the video. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.